Hey, it's the Purple Yeti back this afternoon, rocking some Purple Yetiness. I am, of course, the Purple Yeti, drinking a very tasty Dr. Pepper 10. Because it's manly. I got my ridiculous moniker rocking. Got my K-State shirt. They won't be Big 12 champions this year, but after I played yesterday, whoever is looking to be conference champ and plays them will have to be very scared. And that's like the day of football of yesterday. Let's talk college football, shall we? So, we'll start with K-State. Farmageddon, kaboom, blew up. And by blowed and blued up, I meant that Iowa State got their butts kicked. There was just no way. The offense is pretty terrible for Iowa State. So even like Kansas State's schemed like average defense did a good job of locking them down, and it just took K-State's offense to keep sawing the wood, and they eventually put up enough points, and they blew them all out. I mean, the momentum swung, and they just wouldn't let go. I mean, it was probably the best performance I've seen of them all year, actually. I'm still not sold on the two-quarterback system. I think there were still some turnovers yesterday, so I'm not 100% on it right now. It's passable for now, just because of just the amount of points they're putting up. Once they start playing the likes of, like, say, Texas Tech next week, and they still have Oklahoma on the schedule, we'll see how that pans out. I'm not really expecting much, but I guess the best that I can hope for now is a bowl appearance, and with West Virginia and TCU left on the schedule, they just need to knock those two guys off. Or actually, TCU and Kansas left on the schedule, they just need to knock those guys off. That's what I meant. So yeah, congrats to Kansas State. They won at home. They have one road game left, maybe two. But they're shaping up to maybe go to a bowl close to my neck of the woods, even though I won't be around. So there is that. They got Texas Tech next week. I'll talk about them in a second. First, let's just laugh at Kansas right now because it's fun. They were kind of keeping it close on the Longhorn Network against the Texas Longhorns, but halftime came and went, and it was just it. Kansas is a weird team. They seem to put all their good stuff up front, and then eventually either it gets figured out or the talent on that side of the ball is just flakes out, and the stronger, better opponent wins through. But Kansas usually starts out strong, and they did yesterday against Texas, but with all the running that Texas did all over them, it eventually wore them down, and Texas won 35-13, which is kind of the other blowout. I'll call it a blowout. It was over 20 points. So, congrats to Texas, who is they're 5-0 in the Big 12. They got 4 more games left. They're in contention, folks. But you know who's not in contention? It ended up being the most exciting game, at least on the Big 12 side for the slate of things, and that's West Virginia and TCU. I was pulling out for TCU because purple, and they lost. They went to the overtime, and then they lost by field goal. And that's got to be some heartbreak for the Horned Frogs. They got to win 3 more to make a bowl. It's going to be really hard for them. I think West Virginia has a better shot at making a bowl. The Casey Powell situation just messed things up in Fort Worth, and yeah, it's going to be a rebuilding year next year. Start pulling in more talent from kids looking to go into bigger conferences than the Mountain West, and yeah, Patterson will do one. Gary Patterson will right that ship eventually. I think they have a better shot of righting that ship than West Virginia would in their next couple of years. The transition's been tough for them. You know, they eked out this win, but the transition was tough for them. Oliver Luck might be going out, the athletic director there. He might be leaving. You know, Dana Holgerson, I believe, is the coach. He used to be Missouri coordinator, and now he used to be Oklahoma State's coordinator, and now he's for those guys. And you know, there's some questions of turning it around now, you know, on that coach. And getting to a bowl would probably help out West Virginia a lot. And I think they have a really good shot of it now that they took over TCU. So, congrats to West Virginia. And then the last game, hinted at it a little bit earlier, that would be the Texas Tech and Oklahoma State game. Oklahoma State got up quick, like 21-0 or something on Texas Tech, and it was pretty much playing with a lead ever since. You know, Tech did storm back in the second quarter, but then Oklahoma State answered right back in the third, and it wasn't enough for Texas Tech. 52-34. That's some old school Big 12 action right there. Yeah, lots of points scored. What does that mean for the conference? Well, you know, Tech dropped another conference game, so they need help to win the conference title. They're also 7-2. We should see Oklahoma State move up because they only still have one loss, and they're 4-1 in the Big 12, and that means that they have a shot against Texas to actually, like, you know, they're in contention. You know, Oklahoma, Baylor, Texas, and Oklahoma State, that's about it. I mean, now that Texas Tech just got booted out of that race. So it's between those four guys, and I'm still really scared of Baylor. They were off this week, and so was Oklahoma. I believe it's because they're playing next Thursday, which is going to be interesting. It's probably going to be the biggest Thursday night game ever, and that's happening. Yeah, let's take a look here as I sip. Yep, so not only is Oklahoma playing Baylor next Thursday, but Oregon is playing Stanford as well. So that's going to be a hell of a slate for Thursday night. Stay in, kid. It's no longer the unofficial start of the weekend. It's the unofficial better start watching football on this day for the weekend day. I don't know. If you got a better name, just drop a comment down below. So, that's your update capsule for the Big 12. I also got to see Missouri womp on Tennessee. Missouri has their destiny in their own hands, and let's just hope the hate doesn't fill their soul and they choke again. I think they got a pretty good shot of just winning out, especially if Franklin's going to be back this weekend. They got a really good shot of doing that, and they handled Tennessee, and that's about it. So the other game that I watched was, of course, Miami, Florida State, and I could say this right now, Florida State has announced themselves. I think they look a lot better than Oregon, and I think it might end up being Florida State and Alabama, which would be a treat to watch, especially if Florida State topples Alabama. But you know, you never know. You know, Missouri could be playing Alabama in the game. You could see, yeah. I mean, you could see that happening almost. Nice little upset, which Missouri has never really done on a big stage. But you know, we can dream. But yeah, Florida State just whooped up on Miami, and they're just laying people out. I don't think they can be stopped. I really don't. And they're just going to come in more and more and more. So look out for those guys. The BCS standings will come out later today. I don't want to talk about them. Just, you know what's going to happen. You know, you got 5 undefeated teams that count, sorry, Fresno State, Northern Illinois, and that's Alabama, Oregon, Baylor, Florida State, and Ohio State. And Alabama's got the front row seat, driver's seat easily. The real battle is between, right now, Florida State and Oregon. But, if Baylor goes undefeated, they'll be in the mix. If Ohio State goes undefeated, they'll be in the mix. I don't think there's just enough love for the Big Ten right now to push them over the top. If Texas ends up being ranked when they play Baylor, and Baylor lays the wood on Oklahoma Thursday, you could see them getting into the conversation really quick. Which is why, again, watch Thursday. So very exciting. We are going to hit week 11. This season is about 2/3 the way over. Fast season as always. And I'm enjoying every second of it. Good to see the Wildcats on the winning side again. Hopefully they'll hit a bowl. If they don't, oh well, I mean, the way the schedule was laid out, it was pretty brutal up front, so that's good because they can sneak up on the rest of the teams. Big 12, it's Baylor, Texas, maybe Oklahoma State, maybe Oklahoma. And then, of course, the whole realm of college football, it's Alabama and basically whatever other conference champion from the other Big 5 conferences. Probably how it's going to play out. So, until then, hey, subscribe up above with the fake button I don't have. Drop a comment down below. Take it easy on this. Hope you had enough sleep on the extra hour on the fallback. I know I did. And until then, hey, see ya.